Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of 10K Dollar Day. Today we're talking about clay, screams, and heavy metal.
Welcome to 10K Dollar Day. Nope.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 248 of 10K Dollar Day. It's the comedy podcast about imaginary luxury travel. I'm Alison Burns.
I'm Lulu Picard.
And we are so excited to have you here with us today for another adventure where we're going to take 10K and try to spend it in 24 hours, all because one of our listeners gave us a magic jumping off word. So we're super excited to get started today. Now, Lulu has actually just made quite a move to New York. She's been there for a couple weeks now. And how's it going?
It's great, Allison. These last 2 weeks have been a blast. We're laughing because we're actually recording this like on the day I arrived. So everything is fine. The nice thing is my apartment is right in the middle of everything I want to eat, which is also terrible.
That's
but
nice.
I am steps away from so much food, and it's one of my favorite things about New York.
Well, and before we had talked about one of the favorite things was Seamless and all the delivery you could get, but now you can save money on that.
Well, let's be honest. If my apartment let Seamless come right to my apartment door, I would probably still be Seamlessing and Uber Eatsing as much. But I have to go downstairs to get it, to meet them. And since I'm already going downstairs and I'm in the middle of everything, once you're already going downstairs, you might as well walk out the door.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. And you're saving money.
That being said, I did Uber Eats yesterday. So, whatever.
There you go. Listen, I love an Uber Eats. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Too.
Yeah.
Well, I just like things coming to me.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
I tell you all the time. Like, I wish people would show up and clean my house and show up, cook my dinner and show up and do my hair and give me massages. Like, just show up.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Just show up. Oh, all right. So speaking of like luxe things, let's talk about our obsessions. I mean, I don't know if your obsession is luxe. Mine is. Spoiler alert.
Mine is not.
Oh. Well, maybe I'll start then.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
Okay, so you didn't even know this before we started recording, and as she lifts a drink to her mouth, she texted me and said, "Hey, I have a drink. If you want to grab a drink before we record." Well, little did she know that the drink I was grabbing is my new obsession. Because did you know that Cameron Diaz has her own wine?
Does that mean it's better or blonder?
Here's why it's so good. So it's made with organic grapes. There's no concentrates, no added colors, no added sugars. It is transparently produced, which means they tell you everything.
Oh, I thought it just meant that all the buildings had clear walls.
Well, that too. Maybe you can see into everything that they do. But she says money back guarantee that you will not get a hangover.
What if you drink a whole bottle?
Listen, I drank half a bottle last night. I did not get a hangover.
Well,
no headache at all.
Hey, everyone listening. I was about to say, like, everyone listening to this podcast, this is not advice, but Allison, I need you to do more market research.
Yeah, I'm sure that you can't like overdo it. Listen, everything in moderation, you guys. Everything in moderation, but it is delicious.
Okay, I accept.
What I like is she only makes like 4. There's like a rosé, a white, a red, and like one other one. And I like that because I feel like less is more, you know?
Okay.
Like, you know it's going to be good. You know how you and I get when we go to restaurants and the menu's too big?
I do, but I don't think I would transfer that over to wine for me. I like it.
More choices.
I like it when they're very specific about like the grapes and
all
that kind of stuff. So then for me, when it would be like red wine rosé, I don't know.
No,
I don't think that's the selling factor it is for me, but it's interesting because it doesn't matter because she's a billionaire and I have no money. Like, what am I talking about? You know what I mean? She has a wine company and I just whine about it. So I really don't have anything to
Exactly.
say.
Okay, you do have something to say. What's your current obsession?
Oh, my Lux current obsession that's going to
Mhm.
be so fancy and proves to you that I'm so much cooler than Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Vapor inhalers. And I literally wrote down vapor inhaler because I am an old man. And what I'm talking about are the
I know what
ones
you're
you can
talking
buy in the
about.
store that has like the eucalyptus or like the
Mhm.
whatever. And when I was having my bout with COVID,
Mhm.
well, even now, I'm addicted to trying them because I can't smell them as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm using them to test whether I can smell. And now I just do it all the time. I mean, I
Yeah.
look like a druggie, but it's really just
Do they not
eucalyptus
burn
oil.
your nose?
Well, that's what's fascinating. When you don't have smell, you can't
Mhm.
smell it at all until it burns your nose. And then I'm like,
Oh.
oh, I can't smell. Do
I
you know what I
feel
mean?
like I
Like,
do, but I feel like maybe that's dangerous to your cilia.
well, we are taking the SAT today here at $8
I
Day.
also think that that's what it's called.
No, I know you mean the little hairs, right?
Yeah, the hairs.
I think those are
Have you
cilia.
done damage to them for all the sniffing?
I seriously don't know.
Oh, you're on a roll today. I love it. Oh, what's next? What other pun can we think of? All right, let's see. Let's see. Ooh, wish list. Wait for my story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm so
What?
mad.
Well, your whole body just changed.
Because wait for this. I hate that I have to wish for this, but
Uh-oh.
I wish for a new Roomba vacuum.
Oh no, what
Oh,
happened?
I'll tell you what happened. My new dog,
I knew it was going to be that.
he went number 2 on the floor. No one saw it. My sweet little Roomba thought it was trash, obviously, and tried to pick it up. Well, not only was it completely clogged with number 2, it drug number 2 all over
No,
the
no,
rest of
no.
my house
No,
because it
no.
was just
No,
churning
no.
in the bottom part of the Roomba. Just getting number 2 all over my house, just streaks and in things and out. And when I finally realized what was happening, we picked it up and we turned it over. It is just destroyed. It's just, I don't even know how to clean it. I don't know how to take it apart because there's like things in there you can't get wet. Do you know what I mean? It's a lost cause.
That is intense.
And my happy all the time is when I'm at home and I hear that thing go, and I'm like, oh, there he goes. He's cleaning my house and I don't have to think about it. And now I don't have that. And they're expensive and I'm very upset about it.
I'm so sorry about that. That sounds intense.
Yeah, it was not a good day.
Okay. Well, my wish list we've already talked about.
What is it?
I wish that they could deliver food right to my door. I am that lazy, everyone. It's one of my favorite things about living in a hotel or living in a city. And, I never have my own place, but I'm always staying somewhere. So one of the benefits of that is that you can get food delivered right to your door. And in New York, usually any type of food, you can be sitting down watching TV and go, man, I really want like a crispy chicken sandwich with no pickles. And you can do that. Or you could even go, dim sum sounds really good right now. And it can be there in 40 minutes. I mean, it's expensive. It's not the best choice, but it's a possibility. But now, even if I'm in bed, or I wouldn't order food to bed, that's insane. But if I were like on the couch in, like a t-shirt and my hanging out clothes, I still have to put clothes on to go down into the lobby.
Yeah.
And
so
know
they
how
won't let them come up?
No, it's a security thing. I mean, I get it, but I'm just like such the person that at the end of the day, when I say goodbye to the world, I'm done.
Yeah.
And so to go into the lobby feels like, oh, I'm back in the world.
Yeah, I hear you. Because you have to like put shoes on and like, a bra.
Yep. All of the things. Instead of just come to my room. Give me my food.
Well, that is the dream. And
it is Yep.
Speaking of dreams, I think it's time for
10K. It's a 10K $5 day. Imaginary travel and a laugh or two.
As we tell you all the crazy things we wanna do.
We buy top drawer,
but we don't really pay.
So say what's your happy and you'll be our bae.
All right. So let's hear this magic word. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Roger Seng, and the word of the day today is cathartic.
That's right. Roger Seng. Hi, Roger.
Hi, Roger.
One of our final guest Googler.
That's right.
Because we did him right at the beginning of the pandemic, and then we were like, we can't do this virtually. That's insane. But man, he held it down for us, our final guest Googler. That's Roger from Salt Lake City.
Yeah. All right. So, Roger, I had the privilege of taking Cathartic. And first of all, the first thing I had to do was I had to define it. So cathartic, because I always thought I knew what it was, but then when I was like, oh, I got to research a day and like pick things, I need to really make sure I know what it is. So the definition is purification or purgation that brings about spiritual renewal or release from tension.
That is a heck of a definition.
It's crazy. So I did some research. Now, one of my favorite sites is Lonely Planet. We talk about them, quite often on the 10K. They actually have an article that's titled Best Places to Have a Cathartic Breakdown.
You're kidding me.
Not kidding. So I kind of ran through the list of them and was like, where haven't we been? Now, I decided to go to the Balkans, which comprises of like Croatia, Bosnia, Albania, Greece, Bulgaria, Romania. And I specifically chose out of the Balkans, Rhodes Island, Greece.
Oh.
Okay. For multiple reasons, but here's why. So we're staying. I'm sorry, Lou, you're going to come with me to have this cathartic breakdown. So, which is something
sounds like a great time.
I'm so excited.
Live, laugh, breakdown.
That's a great second book. So we're going to stay at the Elysium Resort and Spa. And here's what it says. The guests enjoy beach amenities like free cabanas, sun loungers, umbrellas, beach towels. There's a luxury full-service spa that was named one of the best in the world by National Geographic Traveler. Yeah.
Whoa.
There's this gorgeous outside lagoon-style pool. And there's a separate, I don't even know what this means, hydro massage pool.
Does that mean it has lots of jets?
I think so. I think it's like a hot tub or whirlpool, but I think it's tons of them. And I think you can sit on it very specifically and it completely massages your body in the water.
Yeah, okay. I don't think you're supposed to sit on the jets, but I see where you're going.
I don't know. Write us at 10. No, I'm kidding. So you and I are going to stay in the presidential suite and we have a sea view. Okay.
Oh.
This sea view, because it's the presidential suite, is a balcony built all around the suite. It literally covers the whole thing. They have armchairs out there. There's a table. There's sunbeds.
Oh, dream.
And it says it creates this atmosphere of tranquility. And I felt like that. Tranquil, cathartic. I thought it was hand in hand. So there's also 2 bedrooms. One has a king-size bed. One has twin beds. There's a private bathroom in each place. Both bedrooms have access to a corridor that leads down to a living room and a dining room. And this suite comes with exclusive privileges to the Elite Club.
What is the Elite Club?
Okay. So it's basically you can kind of buy into it or purchase this. And it has all these special amenities that nobody else gets. Okay. So first of all, you get a private area for check-in and check-out.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't even have to stand in line with anybody?
Nope, private. And it's an area. It's not even a private line. Okay. Yeah. You get a late checkout. It's military time. You know this. 1600?
4 o'clock?
4 o'clock checkout.
That's late. That's a nice late checkout.
There's a lounge just for you. And in that lounge, all day, juice, refreshments, coffee, tea, canapes, snacks, fruits,
Canapes.
all day long.
Canapes.
Uh-huh. Yep. What's that?
Canapes are like hors d'oeuvres, like little
Oh,
appetizers that they pass around
that's
or that are on
interesting.
the things.
Because my grandmother always called the thing you sit under at the beach a canapé.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the same relative syllables.
Sure. Yeah. It's just long. Um, so then you also get every night that you're there, or every morning you're there, a rooftop panoramic breakfast.
A rooftop panoramic breakfast. Oh, because like
Yeah.
you can see off the roof.
Yeah. You can like
Okay.
sit outside and like have your breakfast every morning. Isn't that crazy?
All right. Sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
I know. You can also get pillow menus. We know we love that.
I love a pillow
The
menu.
best. So that all comes with that. So for 2 nights in our suite with the Elite Club is $2,072.51.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start our day. Remember, we're having a cathartic experience with yoga outdoors in the morning with Erie. I found Erie on Airbnb Experiences, and they say, feel the fullness of being with the fresh air. You can expect to leave feeling grounded and connected. And then after yoga, you get to enjoy tea. So I feel like that feels very cathartic. It's $20 per
does.
person. So we're spending $40 for morning yoga. Next, this I feel like is also cathartic because I read a lot about how to feel and experience like a cathartic breakdown, and music is very involved in that.
Okay.
So we're
Okay.
going to build our own instrument.
What?
So
Like
this is an
what?
experience
Mm-hmm.
that they offer in Greece, and it literally says build an instrument and keep it.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of instrument?
It's the art of, this is the instrument says the art of the luthier.
String, like a guitar or string instrument.
Yes.
Okay.
These are beautiful. They show
Oh.
pictures. So basically, you go to this guy, his name is Diagoras, and he helps you like carve it out of wood
What?
as he's talking to you. Yeah. You get to cut the fret. You get to shape the headstock, drill the holes of the pegs, glue the fretboard on. Like you get to literally make your own
This is so advanced, I
and then
feel.
keep it. And it's very funny. At one point, he literally says, like, he says, don't worry, like a lot of this is done by me at the end of it. I think he's mostly like talking to you.
Well,
but you
mostly
do
because
get
like
to,
if I were going to make an instrument, I don't know what sounds would come out of it. You remember those
yeah.
shoebox?
Oh,
It would sound like the shoebox
Yeah.
and rubber band.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those were fun though. But he basically helps you. It's only $200 per person.
And then you get to go home with it?
And then you keep it.
That's cheaper than buying an instrument.
I know. I was like,
And he
dude,
makes
you
it
need to-
right in front of you. I mean,
Right in front of you.
he pretends you make it, but in
Yeah.
reality.
Like there's pictures and everything. Like it's amazing. Yeah. Crazy.
Okay.
$400 for that. So we're going to make our own instruments. Then we're going to head to the Valley of the Butterflies.
Oh, I like that
I feel like that's cathartic. So from June to September each year, it says a little winged miracle of nature takes place on roads. Millions of vibrantly colored Panaxia species butterflies flutter in to feed on the sap of the Zitia trees and lay their eggs. So basically, it's just millions of butterflies in this one little place. They have hiking paths and you can like hike through it. It's only $5 per person. So we're going to pay $10 to go to the Valley of Butterflies. And it says at the bottom, it's a great place for a picnic. So we're going to have a picnic in the Valley of Butterflies. Now, of course, I haven't spent that much money. So I was like, I am going to go all out on this picnic. So I wanted to buy a very nice picnic basket. Sidebar, did you know that the most expensive picnic basket is $25,000?
Is there a car in it?
Exactly. It's called the Hermes Park Picnic Basket.
But what's in it?
$25,000. Like nothing. I mean, yes, it has like the plates and it's just, but it looks like.
Wait a minute. You're not talking about a gift basket. You're literally talking about an empty picnic basket with like plates and, so you still have to put the food in it.
Yeah. It's just the basket with the plates and the knives and the forks and the thing. And you like carry it, $25,000.
That's insane.
Insane. So obviously I couldn't get that one, but I did find a very expensive one at Artemist. And it's this large picnic bag in purple, $2,200
for a picnic basket.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It looks like a piece of luggage. It's like leather and brass and metal, handcrafted.
Do
And
people carry their own picnic baskets like that? Or like, do you have to then hire someone to carry it?
I don't even know why. I don't know why. And
You
like
have to have
it's
so much
weird.
money to spend it on that.
Oh, like just dumb money. Like to us, I always think about this when I think about things like this. I'm like $2,200 for this. It would be as if someone came up to me and they're like, "Hey, we have this picnic basket. It's $22." And I'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I'll buy a picnic basket for $22." That's what these people must think. It's
With a
$2,200?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no big deal. Because I have $2 billion.
But still, I'm just confused because it doesn't do anything better than
Uh-uh.
other
No,
picnic.
no,
Okay.
not at all.
It's not like a robot
Nope.
picnic basket.
It doesn't make your picnic basket. It doesn't make your food.
It doesn't clean
talk
up
to you.
Doesn't clean up
Doesn't-
afterwards.
Doesn't clean. It doesn't get rid of ants. Like,
Huh.
doesn't do
Oh,
anything.
could you imagine if it got rid of ants though?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Or
Well.
if it had like if it was like a clear case that had like a secret compartment that the ants were actually like called to. So while you're eating, they only went to that part. And so by the end, they're all like trapped in it, but they're like living their best life. So maybe you had like an ant farm inside the picnic basket.
Like it's like has sand on like one side of it, and then they come in and they become a farm.
Yeah. And then you leave with it. You're like,
now I have an ant farm.
Yeah.
Do you have to maintain ants? Do people still have those?
I think so.
Do you have to feed them, or do they just do what they do?
No, you have to feed them.
What do you feed them?
I think it's bugs, like tiny, tiny bugs, like gnats.
Gnats. I've never known anyone that had an ant farm.
Oh no, I think it's like celery.
You feed them celery?
Yeah.
See, I would just feed them sugar because that's what they like.
Sugar. But I don't know if it's good for them.
Is it good for anyone? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, next up, we're hungry. So we're going to go to this restaurant. It's called Mama Sophia. It's looked like one word. Mama Sophia. Here's what's cool about this restaurant. I've never seen this done. When you click on the menu, you can choose your language. They have every language known to man.
That's crazy.
To the point where I didn't even know some of these things were languages. Like,
whoa.
It's pages. It was like, pick your language. And I was like scrolling. I was like, oh my gosh, they offer it to every language.
That's so cool.
Like, unbelievable. We're going to spend $200 on this menu. They have very Greek food. I didn't feel like we had to go all through it, like all through the whole thing, but $200.
They have very Greek food.
Okay. So next up, we're going to go back to our presidential suite. And I decided I'm going to give us a complete cathartic breakdown experience. So I went to healthline.com and I researched how to achieve emotional catharsis. And I found 7 ways to do it. And these 7 ways say you can achieve this emotional catharsis without having a meltdown. Okay. So it's a fine line.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to have a cathartic experience in these 7 ways. Number 1, we have to move our bodies, it says. So I bought a record player. And then I bought 6 essential new metal albums that provide cathartic release.
Okay.
It's a whole magazine article from Treblezine that says metal without catharsis cannot exist. By nature, it's a source of therapeutic release, of soul-scraping cleanse. So we have to basically like listen to this metal music because it says it's like normally ugly and it features a lot of screaming and it frees your body.
Are we supposed to scream along with it?
Not yet. First, this is just to move.
Dun, dun,
so first,
dun.
We're just going to move.
Oh, okay. So you just kind of like let yourself be physically taken over.
Physically taken over. So that's what we got. We got the turntable and we got the 6 metal albums. Number 2, then it says after you go crazy, then you need to have a progressive muscle relaxation experience. So I'm going to call the spa and have them come give us massages in the room. And we got the life-saving back treatments is what they're called.
Ooh,
It does the body brushing
I
and
want
the
that.
exfoliation to
Yes.
stimulate. And then you have aromatherapy massages on top of that with like marine mud. And it helps like congested skin. $500 for both of us. Not bad. Then number 3, here we go. This is make some noise. But I know you and I are both very sensitive to how other people feel around us. So that pillow menu, we're going to bring all the pillows up and scream into them and see which ones like hold our screams. We're going to be like, "Rah!" and scream
Okay.
into the pillows.
Okay.
Okay. Number 4, purge your words. So I bought these very expensive journals and we're going to get our words out on paper. For both of these journals, $338.
What?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
fancy.
It's from Holtz Leather. Number 5, we need to act out our emotions on inanimate objects. So I ordered us some clay.
Oh, okay.
We're going to craft some clay and some plaster. I got very expensive clay, and I think I actually bought a lot of weighted. I think it's a lot. I think it's like really like pounds and pounds because each package was $360. So I think that's a lot of clay. $721.98 for all the clay that we're going to be using.
Well,
Yeah.
you can never have too much.
That's true. Never too much clay. So number 6, breathe fire. Not literally, but the breath of fire from yoga.
Oh, I know that one. Uh-huh.
Right. So I'm going to bring Yuri back, who did our yoga earlier. I'm going to say, hey, you can have $500 if you can just do some breathing of fire with us.
Okay.
And then lastly, number 7, it says, get cathartic the old-fashioned way. You need to just relax and watch a really good show that puts you through all the emotions, happy, sad, scared, angry. So I thought you and I would binge Downton Abbey again.
Oh, well, if we must, we must.
Yeah. And so because we're doing that, I'm going to order in a Greek pizza from a pizza place that's local called, I can't pronounce it, Iborg Roads. And they only have a Facebook page, but it'll be there in our newsletter. $50 for their biggest pizza and a couple of soft drinks. They're going to deliver it back to our presidential suite. We have gone through all of the emotions of having a cathartic release, and the total is $9,833.14. But I did think, I know it's under, I could throw some tips around to the housekeeping service and bring that up to $10,000 if I want. So let's just say that $10,000.
Woo!
All right. So that's what I would do if I had $10,000 in a very cathartic experience that I created for myself in Rhodes Island, Greece. But here's what we would do if we had $10,000 to give away. Lou, what kind of charity? What kind of charity did you find today? What kind of charity did you find today?
Well, when I think about something being cathartic, I kind of feel like going through something tough emotionally and then coming out the other side, right?
Sure.
So I found the JED Foundation, which helps young people, like teenagers, find ways to manage feelings like anxiety and sadness and learn how to navigate emotional challenges like breakups or other things that are really difficult for them, maybe changing schools or something like that. You can get information on mental health conditions like depression and have tools for self-care. And it's all geared towards teenagers and preteens, which is
nice.
awesome. So if you are interested in that, it's called the JED Foundation, and that link will be in our show notes, which are in a drive that is maybe in our play. Where are the show notes now? We just changed this. Yes, they're in a link to a Google Drive that's going to be both in the newsletter and also in our player.
There you go.
Isn't that right, Alison?
Is that? I have no idea.
Everyone, we've been doing so many changes because, we're ramped up to go to the podcast conference where we have we always come back with 70 million ideas. Yeah. And poor Andrea has to just keep up with it. So
I know, it's crazy.
She's doing them on a Google Drive right now. It's super easy to find everything and click around. That's the answer.
Yeah. So the charity I found is called Hellenic Hope. It's one of the charities in Greece, and it focuses on helping more than 686,000 Greek children who are living in poverty. So basically, they provide children with necessities like food, medicine, educational opportunities, and emotional support. And they actually partnered with something called the American Farm School, which helps them also learn how to access farming utilities, how to support themselves through poverty. So check them out as well. That will be in our newsletter. All right. So we're going to go to our happies, and then we have our famous last section of the podcast coming up. So Lou, what's your happy?
My happy is that we haven't said anything about the fact that Alison and I are making some video content while we are filming this, and I don't have a pop screen. So I have an ankle sock around the microphone, which makes it look like the dirtiest microphone I've ever used in my life. And putting the sock onto the microphone was a similarly funny situation for me. And it just tickled me. And now every time I look at myself in this video chat that we're using, I just think it looks so wrong. And the screen grabs are going to be terrible.
I think that from now on, it should be your thing. And
a different sock every time.
Start sending you socks, like different colored socks. And I think it should be a fun game. I think for Christmas, you should have a Christmas sock. I think we should do themes. Because to be honest, the P's and the B's, the plosives have been really, not so bad today. I think it's thanks to the sock. Yeah.
We're always trying to figure stuff out, everyone. We're always continually learning here.
Oh, well, it's funny because I haven't read this since I wrote it. And so my happy says, I'm so happy we're recording this while in Dallas, Texas together. And
Fail.
Not.
Fail.
So Lulu
listen,
I did not have time.
We always think we do this. We always save a lot of work for it. We're like, we're finally going to be together. We'll do all this stuff. And then we never do it. We get a lot done. But it's not what we thought we would get done.
We even were like, the simple things were like, we have to take a bunch of pictures of ourselves together.
Nope, we forgot.
No pictures.
I think we took 2 the first day.
No, but I meant like in the hotel against a white wall so we can use it for promo. We just did.
We just don't. We forget. We forget to do everything. Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Well, get ready for the same old pictures to recycle on our episode artwork because we have nothing new.
That's true.
Hey, everyone. You're in the middle of our podcast right now, but is this not enough for you? Because then you should come over to the Daily Happy. It's our other podcast. It's 10 minutes a day, and it's 10 minutes of this, except with the travel. Is that selling it?
Absolutely. So check us out wherever you found this podcast or wherever you get any of your podcasts. Just search The Daily Happy. You're going to see our faces smiling, and we say that it's the 10-minute podcast that makes you want to Google stuff later. What is our tagline?
The 10-minute podcast that tells you what to Google later. We talk about fun articles that we found around the world. We discuss some stuff. Sometimes we don't agree. Sometimes we do. And we love it when our listeners weigh in. So find us anywhere you get podcasts, probably where you're listening to this one. And it's called The Daily Happy.
See you there. All right. And now it is time for
10K role play.
All right. Lulu, you ready for this?
Oh boy, am I.
Okay. So we learned about how heavy metal can be cathartic.
Yeah.
So you are heavy metal singer Dr. Decay from the band Metal Thrill.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hey, Dr. Decay.
Hey.
What is your current obsession?
My obsession are these little stuffed animals that my daughter gave me to keep on tour. They're pink. And one of them is a little unicorn, and I like to keep it in my trailer because when you're on stage, you're talking about death and destruction, and everything is black and rah, rah, rah. What you really want to do is go back to your trailer and be surrounded by pink unicorns. I love you, baby. Thank you for my stuffed animal.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love seeing the other side of you. What is your wish list?
My wish list is that the whole stage was a trampoline, because sometimes, we've been touring for a while. It's really hard on your knees, the jumping up and down, in metal. Like you're just always constantly like bashing and banging. So I really wish that the floor was sprung or like was a trampoline floor, so that when I jumped, it would like carry me all the way to the top and just be a little easier, on my body.
Yeah, I feel like that's a great idea. I don't know why they haven't done that before.
Well, the sound guys keep telling me it could like be a problem. I've brought it up before, and they're like, "We don't have monitors in the middle of the sky," and I'm like, "Well, we could hang them," but no one really wants, to work with me on it.
Yeah. Well, if you had $10,000 to spend, what would you do with it?
Oh, if I had $10,000, I would take a trip and go to a silent retreat. The ones where no one talks to you. I've got to do some decibel reversal. That's what I call it. Like I have to have an equal amount of time with 0 decibels as I do with a lot of decibels. And I've been doing this, like I said, a long time. So I have a lot of decibel reversal to do. So what I would do is I would go to a completely silent retreat, the type where like even if you walk the wrong way, they're like, shh. Like that's what I want.
That's amazing. That would probably be very beneficial for you and your brain. So if you had $10,000 to give away, where would you give it?
If I had $10,000 to give away, I would give it. I would set up a scholarship fund for heavy metal performers who want to learn heavy metal, but just like got caught in their classical training and don't know how to like move it over.
Oh, right.
Specifically, I would target classical performers because the virtuosity, right? Like you're going to be like on the guitar, so you need that finger dexterity.
Oh.
But they don't really know how to like get into it. So I would set up some sort of scholarship, maybe a training camp, classical to metal, that type of thing.
Yeah, that's a good name for it. Yeah.
I think so. I think it would be Bach to rock.
It's even better. Oh, in fact, I'm going to buy the domain. Okay. And Dr. Decay, what is your happy?
Yes. My happy is the hot tea toddies that I have every day after the show. I used to like chase it down with a little vodka, but I have to say, just doing the toddies is really helping my voice. Sometimes I skip the tea and the lemon and the honey, but other than that, it's really helping me at the end of my show.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Dr. Decay.
Hey, it was great to be here. Unicorns forever. Okay, so cathartic. I talked about how, for me, it's about emotions and going through it and then coming out the other side. So, Alison, you have just exited the theater from watching the latest Pixar movie, which was very touching for you. And so this is like a woman on the street kind of thing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you just watched a Pixar movie.
Okay.
Hi. Did you like the movie?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that they would be interviewing us right when we walked out. And so my emotions are like super, super raw right now. But yes, I loved the movie. Thank you for asking.
Yes. Okay. Well, I just have a couple questions that we're doing for everybody coming out. So what is your obsession today?
Oh, well, my obsession has to be just animation in general. Like the way that animators are able to capture feeling and emotion, and especially like whoever decided that when you animate something to make the eyes bigger, genius, like absolutely genius, because the eyes are the most expressive things like in the world when it comes to your face. And so the fact that animators thought about that and like made them bigger, like that is the reason why animation works on film, really, because like you watch normal movies. I don't feel this way. Like I could watch sad movies all day long with real people and like not feel a thing. But like Pixar does it because the eyes are so big. So I'm just obsessed with the animators.
Okay. What's on your wish list right now?
Oh, my wish list is actually that I could voice a character myself. So I'm like really obsessed with all of that. I see every movie like 16, 20 times. And I wish that I could be a voice of one of the Pixar characters coming out and that I would like be given that chance. Cause I do think that I have like super expressive, like ups and downs, like just the timbre of my voice is like really up and down. So
Okay.
yeah.
What would you do if you had $10,000?
Oh, I would I would absolutely buy like the biggest screen TV in the entire world and build myself like a movie theater room in my garage, but like with air conditioning. And I would like just deck it out with like the best seats and like the biggest like screen ever. And then I would get like a popcorn machine and then I would like hire somebody to bring it to me and I would just like watch movies all day long.
Well, what if you had $10,000 to give away?
Oh, that is very easy. I would invest in all of the plush dolls for all the Pixar movies, and I would buy like every plush doll known to man of any animated Pixar movie ever. And then I would go around to like the children's hospitals, and I would like give them their, the things. I would like feel happy.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you. I just get overwhelmed sometimes.
Okay, well, there's only one more question, ma'am, so you don't have to stress out.
Okay.
What's your happy today?
No one's ever asked me that before. That's like the nicest question because most of the time people like don't even ask you how you're doing, and if they do, they don't really want an answer, right? They're like, "How are you?" But they don't really care if they answer. They just want to like say it because that's like what you say to people. So the fact that you like are invested in me and like you really want to know, like that makes me really happy. So that's my happy.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that we were able to talk to you. Thanks for seeing the movie.
All right, friends. Well, thanks for being here for another 10K dollar day. Listen, if you want to get in touch with us, please do. You can email us at 10kdollarday@gmail.com. Also, check out our website. It's 10kdollarday.com. It's easy to contact us that way as well and sign up for our newsletter. We're super excited about that. Also, if you have a little bit of money to spare every single month and you like this podcast, think about helping us out on Patreon. You go to 10kdollarday.com/Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support this podcast. So check that out as well. All right. 10K Dollar Day is produced by Andrea Canny, intro by Stan Collins, graphic art by Jacob McAllister, the 10K jingle by Rockwell and Rose, the vintage 10K Saturday episodes voiceover, that's by Charlie Hume, and thanks as always to Buzzsprout. Let's end this the way we end it every single week with friends like us.
Who needs amenities?